Hey, what's up, Taurus? Welcome to your weekly reading. My name is Lacey, and this is Lavender Sky Tarot. I do weekly videos for you guys, and I release every Friday for the sign of Taurus. And this week, we're going to be looking at October 10th, October 4th through the 10th, okay? And Taurus, I'm going to ask you to tune in with me here really quick. I'm going to just breathe in deep and say a couple of prayers, and then we will pull a few cards to see if you resonate with the message that's about to come forward, okay? Dear Spirit, please meet with me here. I'm looking for clear messages for the sign of Taurus during the week of October 4th through the 10th. I'm asking that you would guide me to scenarios and the perfect words to meet Taurus where they are currently and show them that you support them. Thank you. All right, Taurus, let's pull a couple of cards initially. There we go, to see if this message is going to resonate with you. You have Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Fool. First of all, I feel as though something with your finances or with your work, how you create money, is definitely not sitting well with you right now during this week, okay? There's something about it that is just undeniably not for you, okay? I also feel as though you may be tempted to just leave, to just exit the situation, to just make something hasty, make a hasty decision. So I feel like the Fool is here in reverse because you have an internal struggle and a conflict with that sort of decision, okay? Let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers to find out more about what this week has for you. All right, for the sign of Taurus, I'm looking at the week. Why do we have the Fool card here in reverse? What's this inner conflict about? Okay, you guys have the Ace of Cups. You're really wanting something that's more emotionally fulfilling for you than these last couple of months or years have been. You have your eyes set higher now. And it's like you're wanting to lift yourself out of this environment. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing very strongly that you want to remove yourself from this situation, okay? Also, there may be a special meaning or something that you can look out for in this week is the sign or sound of a bell. Okay, I feel like that's going to be really important. A bell or a chime. Whenever you hear that this week, I want you to pay attention to your thoughts. I feel like that's a synchronicity thing. So I want you to pay attention to the thoughts that you're thinking when that bell or chime sound, you hear it. Because I feel as though your thoughts at that time are going to be particularly important. You have the Queen of Pentacles. So you're really wanting more financial fertility. You're not only wanting more opportunity, but you're wanting to be free from a control structure as well. I'm seeing very strongly that there's someone here at play with your finances, and it's like you have your own ideas. You want to do them on your own. You want your own kingdom kind of thing. Okay? It's like you have these great ideas and you're just not necessarily seeing fertile ground to plant them in. Wow. And you have the Magician in the upright. You guys, this is my favorite card in the deck because it talks about someone who is using their mental effort, their mental skill. They're sharpening themselves and they're using everything in their power to change something, to transform something. I feel as though your idea about change is really good and really positive, okay? I feel as though your situation, what you're wanting to change, you're looking for more fertile ground, you're looking for something better, you're wanting to lift yourself out of this environment, okay? I feel like that is very important and very possible for you. It's important also, though, that you have self-confidence in your own abilities and your own strengths to make this happen, okay? The magician is not someone who relies on other people, okay? The magician is not someone who bounces his ideas off of others just to see if they're going to agree with him or if they're going to push him another direction. The magician is someone who knows what they want and they go for it, okay? So I'm seeing less conversation and less feedback actually being a positive thing for you. You have a Judgment card here in reverse. And I'm not sure why, but I'm seeing this as either a phone call or someone telling you something in passing. It's like they're rushed and they're busy, but them being so busy really brings a very negative thing to the surface, or brings some sort of aspect of their personality out that you haven't really seen so blatantly before. Okay, so this person's rushed and they're in a moment, and it's like the way that they're treating you just tells you more about their judgment of you than anything. You have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. More of the same. Work without reward. Work without proof. Work without recognition. It's like you don't know where your projects are going, because as soon as you suggest them, they're gone. Like they're falling into thin air and you never see them again. You never get anything off of the ground. It's like you have all these awesome ideas, and as soon as they leave your desk, they go nowhere. You have the Nine of Swords in reverse, okay? So I feel as though all of this is sucking up your energy. Like this couldn't be more disturbing than it is already. It's like your sleep patterns have been so disturbed that you're not even really relating to this card because your sleep pattern is so off, okay? And I'm seeing you kind of laying in bed at night and replaying situations in your mind, or overthinking situations and trying to find solutions. And also trying to figure out this other person and whether or not you can trust them. And I feel like you've been here, Taurus, long enough to know whether or not you can trust this person, okay? It's kind of like, instead of you making a decision, it's more like you're avoiding making a decision, if anything, about this person. You have the Seven of Wands in the upright. So in addition to this scenario, and you're wanting to rise out of it, you're wanting to lift yourself out of it. In addition to that, you also have a lot of other things going on, okay? Things may be very chaotic or hectic for you. I'm going to pull more on this card specifically to find out what else is going on. But it looks like you're already stretched pretty thin. It looks like you're already going through a lot. You have the Six of Wands in the upright. So I'm seeing you taking on a task to please other people, or to show or prove something to others. Okay, so you may have taken and bit off more than you could chew, Taurus. Okay, those are the last cards. We're going to get this read. Wow. Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. So I'm seeing you taking on this opportunity, or taking on this role in an effort to prove yourself. And while maybe in the beginning it was a good opportunity to look at, it has now shown you, I'm hearing that it's showing you why. It's showing you why. Showing you why someone else did what they did. It may have been, you know, your predecessor, the person before you in this relationship, the person before you in this job, whatever it is. It's like they're showing you, it's kind of your experience now. You understand why they did what they did. You don't feel so negatively towards that person. You also have the Four of Wands in reverse. So I'm seeing this as being something that you initially took pride in, something that you thought was going to be foundational. And it's actually just kind of asking you, is this what you want? Is this the foundation that you want to have? Taurus, you know, is this what you want? I'm going to pull a couple of Moonology cards for you guys. A couple, I said. Don't let pride get in your way. Communication is key. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Meditate and contemplate, okay? And a time for healing. Okay, so I'm seeing you being in a stare down with a situation, you being in a gridlock, because it's like the final proving ground before you're released, okay? I'm seeing that communication is really key here because you're not speaking up enough for yourself and for your highest good, for your needs, for your interests. It's almost as though you see this stuff, but you keep your mouth shut. You don't speak up about it. And, you know, regardless of whether you stay in the situation or you are really able to rise out of it, everyone around you, you need to give them an opportunity to respond to your stress or to your problem or to your issue. And they will not know that you have it unless you say it, okay? So if you've already said it, then maybe it's also about your communication with yourself and really, you know, keeping track of your own progress so that you can evaluate yourself on a better level. It's like, you know, if you're pretty forgetful and you forget everything that goes on, maybe you should keep a journal, you know, so that you can keep better track of how much you're actually doing. You have the end of a tough cycle approaches, okay? So I feel as though this scenario is pushing you towards growth. It's pushing you towards a time for healing, okay? And that might be why you're feeling so much conflict and so much pressure right now, because whenever a cycle ends, it asks for change, okay? And change, especially for an earth sign like you, you know, it's a tough energy. It's a tough thing. Change is not easy for Taurus. You have to meditate and contemplate. Okay, I feel as though you have been maybe trying to find an escape from this. You don't want to contemplate, okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you're a little bit resistant to the contemplating part. You're fine meditating, but thinking about it, you know, it's like, I'd much rather stay busy in all of this than deal with my own internal stuff. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Next, you have a time for healing, okay? And I feel as though this is what's in the future for you, Taurus. And I'm feeling like it's going to be very much worth the while. Your healing over this scenario and over the last few years is really going to give you a sense of peace and a sense of awe as well. You're going to be more relaxed. You're going to be able to embrace some parts of yourself that you're finding it difficult right now to really understand these parts of you and why other people aren't accepting it. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to actually see through that, and it's going to become obvious why you're unhappy. It's going to be obvious. The answer is going to be boom, right there, and you're going to be able to move forward. And this time of healing, you know, I can't even, you know, say enough good things about healing. You know, when something is healed, it's not only fixed, but it's always fixed in a new way. There's always a lesson in healing. And I feel like you guys are really specifically going to be awed. You're going to be at awe with what comes from this situation, okay? This conflict is really the last part for you before the end of the tough cycle, okay? Ooh, all right, Taurus, that was pretty powerful. Those are your messages for the week of October 4th through the 10th. I thank you so much for spending your time with me here, and I hope to see you again soon.